Well, all right. We are actually starting today's tour of the Grand Strand at Grand Shores Resort on 77th Avenue in Myrtle Beach. So we're going to head south on Ocean Boulevard, and we're going to look at all of these resorts in Ocean Boulevard, beachside, from the north end to the south end. So we're getting ready to make a left here onto Ocean Boulevard. Hopefully you enjoy this little tour, and hopefully you stay with me and check this out. So let's go south. Now, in this section of Myrtle Beach, it's probably 2 to 3 layers thick of resorts. And a lot of these resorts will have north-facing and south-facing rooms, and they will tell you that it is actually a ocean view room when you're looking at a side angle. So be ready for that and expect that. But our first resort that we're really going to need to talk about here is the Sands Resort, the Sand Dunes Resort. Here on the left, villas, suites, and condos. One of the bigger resorts, one of the older resorts in town. It's got a really nice pool, as you can see. It's got a River City Cafe right out in front of it. One of the best burgers in town that you will actually have. You have the Grand Cayman here. Grand Cayman features 10 hot tubs and pools. It's got its own Starbucks, got its own restaurant. Now, I do love this section of Myrtle Beach. This is probably, of all of Myrtle Beach, this is probably one of my favorite sections. Just because I used to surf on 64th Avenue, and it's just a little south of us. But there is Ocean Reef we just passed. Willow Bay just got renovated, I think last year or year before last. The Caravelle Resort, big resort. Got a North Tower here, and then this tower here is actually part of the Caravelle. Santa Maria Restaurant down on the lower deck of it. Then you have Monterey Bay. Monterey Bay here on the left side, really nice resort. Now, I'm not going to pan the camera over, but St. John's, you have the Polynesian Fire Show right here at St. John's, and it's across from the Monterey Bay. Then we're going to get back into a housing section here. Myrtle Beach at its finest right here, Ocean Boulevard. These are all of your oceanfront rooms, all of your oceanfront houses. Now, I think I saw a sign that parking went up to $15 in Myrtle Beach for a day. Yep, daily fee for Myrtle Beach now is $10. So they've added a lot of that inflation in here right now. But we're going to continue on south. You're going to have a resort up here on your left side. I cannot remember the name of it, but a lot of these houses right here on Ocean Boulevard here are actually getting a lot of work. I mean, there's a lot of money flowing into Myrtle Beach in this section of town here. But our next resort, it's got residential on both sides. Now this, I would probably would want to stay here, and I cannot tell you the exact name of it till I see it here. Island Vista. Okay, this is the Island Vista Resort, and it's got residential on both sides. Now that's what I love about this little section here, is you have residential all over you here. So if you stay at the Island Vista, you'll have residential on both sides. So definitely take a look at that resort. And you have this nice green space, walking path here. Got some exercise stations here that you can actually exercise at. Like I said, we're going to go from the north end to the south end. We'll end up at Springmate Pier in this video. But as you can see, this is a really nice section, and you can see why I would recommend Island Vista. The beach is not going to be very crowded at all there, so just a short walk, a couple hundred yards, and you're going to have a really, really nice section of beach. Now, you do have some smaller resorts, smaller condos here on the right-hand side, but it's mostly residential here. And we're going to get off the beachfront, head inland a little bit. We'll make a left here, and we'll still be on Ocean Boulevard. That there was the Mermaid Inn. Now you're going to have a few resorts here. You're going to have Beach Colony here a little bit farther south. Now you're going to have a lot of residential in this area again. You're going to have Dunes Village Resort, which is this next one coming up. Now you're going to have two resorts here, and I would recommend looking into both of these resorts here. They're both really, really nice. Here's Dunes Tower South. Really nice pools. Now you're going to get back into more residential before we get into the main heart of Myrtle Beach. Now you can see why I would recommend the north side more than I would recommend the south side. It's just going to be a lot more pleasant of a stay up here, and you actually kind of put you in between Barefoot Landing, Broadway at the beach. It's going to be a little bit farther of a drive to go all the way down to Merle's Inlet for some seafood, but I would highly recommend Barefoot and Broadway before I drove all the way down there from up here. There's so many restaurants in Myrtle Beach to choose from. It's seafood capital of the world, I would think. So it's I mean, there's just seafood out your yin yang. Now you do have a splash of parking thrown in at each avenue here, like we're on 45th Avenue now. You've got parking there. Just remember that it's $15 a day. If you leave your resort and want to drive up to here, you're going to pay $15 to park, which probably is not a bad deal to get away from the hustle and bustle of Myrtle Beach, but that's still yet a lot of money to pay for parking. Now, if you're a county resident and you want to come down here and go to the beach, you have to pay that $15. But if you're a Myrtle Beach resident, they'll give you a sticker to put on your car, and you get to park for free. Looks like somebody's building a big beach house here on the left. Looks maybe 3 stories or 4 stories on this one. I wonder if that's got a metal. That's got a metal frame to it, I believe. Yeah, a lot of that is actually framed out in metal. It's gonna be a big home. I've always loved that little house right here. It's not a little house, but I've always loved this little section here. It's really nice homes in here. But we're getting ready to get back into the meat of Myrtle Beach. A lot of renovations going on everywhere up and down the beach right now. Now, this is probably one of the better breakfast places in town, but it's actually got some real good deals as far as your meals for dinner and stuff. It's the Sea Captain's House. It's a Myrtle Beach favorite. It's been there forever. Got a lot of good food, really good menu. Here's the Caribbean Resort and Villas. It's got a Starbucks across the street from it. Ben and Jerry's ice cream. You've got Riptide. Now this is, I can remember this one from the 80s. It's not changed any since the 80s. That resort there has been here since the 1980s. The Patricia Grant, a Myrtle Beach favorite. That's been here for a while. And you got a couple of smaller resorts thrown in here. You have the Sea Dip and the Blue Palmetto. Now you have the Anderson here, which is a Hilton Grand Vacation property. It's really nice. It's got its own little putt-putt golf course across the street. Sail Inn over here on the right, and then you got Blue Green Vacations. So here's the Carolinian Resort. The Beverly Beach House has been here for a long time. The Palms Resort's been here for a while. And some of these resorts, I'll just blast out that they've been here since the 80s. The Dayton House Resort used to be really nice. Now I don't know anything about it. My mom used to love staying there. It's probably been here since the 70s. Boardwalk Beach Resort, Meridian Plaza's been here since the 1980s. Maybe even the 70s. It's kind of hard to tell. I've been coming here for so long, through the 70s and through the 80s and through the 90s. It's kind of hard to remember when each one of these resorts was built. You can see the Boardwalk takes up a lot of space there. Actually, they've gotten rid of a resort here. Now you got the Schooner. Okay, now you've got the Hilton Grand Vacations Resort. Schooner Beach. And we're down on 21st Avenue now. This new resort here was just built last year. It's the Courtyard by Spring Hill Suites. Some nice restaurants on 21st Avenue. Here's your Breakers, one of the more popular resorts. Bum's Beach Cafe. Now, it's been a while since I've been to Bum's. Used to come down here quite often, but not been to Bum's in probably 10 years. Got Lulu's over here on the right. Nice little breakfast place. Anderson Park. Little park area that you can go to, hang out. Then you have the Sandcastle North. Now this resort right here, and I'm hoping that they actually put it in, hopefully that's going to be a Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville resort right here. Hopefully that's where it's going to be at. I need to take those steps up. I don't know how many times you see people sitting on those steps here. But here you have the Atlantica. It's got a lazy river. Been here since the 70s. Now you need to really look into these resorts when you book. Look at the reviews on them. Don't just go off of what they're saying about each one of these resorts. Look at your reviews. Go in and look to see what's going on. Because some of these resorts, they will have pictures from the 1980s And if they have pictures of the 1980s, I probably would not stay at it. If they've not been updated or anything else. Here's your tin roof. You got Banditos up on top, Mexican restaurant, Legend Sports Bar and Grill. You got the Funplex, Myrtle Beach's newest amusement park here on the right. Then you have the Yachtsman. I believe the Yachtsman is up for sale right now. You got the Olympic Flame Pancake House here for breakfast. Really nice. Breakfast and lunch. Then you have Riptides. Nice little outdoor bar up on the top of it here. And then you have the Beach House across the street from it, bar and grill. Good place to hang out for jarheads when they come down from Camp Lejeune. Because I can say that because I hung out there as a jarhead back in the 1980s. Holiday Pavilion, used to be a Holiday Inn. Then you have the Myrtle Beach Sky Wheel, the iconic Sky Wheel. How many people miss the pavilion? I do. I really miss the pavilion here. I really miss the pavilion. I really miss 4 lanes of cruising here. Used to be so nice to cruise up and down the boulevard here. And there's only about a 20 block section that you really cruised back then. But that was really nice. Looks like they actually setting up for the Country Fest down here, so we're going to have to take a little detour around here. So the Country Music Festival is getting ready to start, probably might be even this weekend, the way it looks down here. Got your Gay Dolphin, you got the University of Rock and Roll. Now some of this hasn't changed at all, but since we're looking mainly at the ocean side here, I'll give you a little bit of heads up. You've got Ripley's Illusion Lab. You've got a little putt-putt golf course here on the right. You got your Mirror Maze. You got your New York Pizza. But this is, you got your arcade here. The arcade, no, I don't think they've changed that out since the 80s. Got your Fun Plaza up here on the left. And Peach's Corner. If you want the best hot dog in Myrtle Beach, you want to go to Peach's Corner. Yeah, they are full-blown rocking and rolling here, getting set up for the Country Music Fest. So we're going to make a ride here, and we'll head back out. But there is the Country Music Fest stage 1, stage 2, Boots Beach. I don't know how much it is. I'm not a festival kind of guy. If I'm gonna go see somebody in concert, I just want to go see him in concert. But you'll have 2 entrances there. You'll have one all the way down, that'd be a VIP entrance, and then you'll have one up here for the Country Music Fest. There's your other entrance right now. You know, your ride share for the Country Music Festival will be right across the street. You'll get dropped off right there at Nance Plaza. Then you'll be able to walk across here and go in the entrance right here. See, they got a lot of setting up to do in here. So they've got 8th Avenue blocked off, it looks like right now, so you can't go down 8th Avenue. Now, the city has bought a lot of this area right here. So I would almost bet you the city will be paying, you'll be paying the city $20 to park in these areas here that they just purchased. So we're getting ready to get back out on Ocean Boulevard. But here's your north look over towards the Country Music Fest. Now these sections right here, Myrtle Beach, the city of Myrtle Beach is buying these up as quick as they can buy them up. So they've got something, it looks like they got something going on here right now. Well, that might have been where they actually tore down the old Fontainebleau resort and bringing in new dirt, putting it in there. Now, I don't know what they're going to actually have in here. I guess it's going to be some retail on the bottom floor and then some rental rooms up here on the top. Don't know what the name of it yet, but it looks like it's going to be really nice. The Diplomat, stay away from the Diplomat. And here you have Sharky's. Sharky's little beach club here. Got some pretty decent food. And then you have your Homeward Suites here coming up. It's a Hilton property, so you're going to have your Hilton amenities. Bay view on the Boardwalk, really nice resort. People will really enjoy this one. Got a Starbucks coffee on. So you know you can't go wrong with the Starbucks coffee. Then you got some open parking areas here. Now I think the city actually bought this up here, so it's paid parking. So you're looking at $15 at least in there, maybe upwards of $20. Holiday Sands North. Nice little pool out in front of it. Probably a favorite. Been here since the 1970s. If not longer. So I would stay away from this little section here. Sea Cove. This Myrtle Beach is probably going to end up buying the majority of all these right here. They've already bought the Coral Sands here. They bought this property about 3 years ago. They just haven't torn it down yet. So they might actually even try to buy up that whole section there at some point in time. Here's the Windsurfer. You got 2nd Avenue Pier. It's wicked tuna here. A lot of paid parking for the city. $15 to park, $2 to walk on the pier. Your Bermuda Sands Resort. Bar Harbor, now this was probably built in the 1980s. Now, Ocean One, this resort here, Ocean One, and I think the next one, both of these were built probably in the 90s, late 90s. It's Sandy Beach. Because I remember when I came down here in 1983 for my senior week, we actually stayed right there. It was called Land's End at that time. It was a little three-story resort. Not a bad resort, but not much to it. Your water park is gone. Looks like they're doing some parking here. I actually going to try to go around. Well, I was going to try to go around. Well, maybe we'll take a look at it from the north end here, from the Family Kingdom. Draft Sports Bar and Grill here. Now we're right down in the Family Kingdom area now. You got Friendly's over here on the right. Little restaurant, good breakfast. Westgate here used to be a Holiday Inn. Been there for years. I don't know too much about it. I know it's all it's Vacation Club. So Ocean Crest Inn and Suites. Got the sand dunes, and this was built probably in the Valley Bay there. It's probably built probably in the early 2000s. The Palette Resort, Hotel Blue, pretty good resort, I believe. Not heard anything really bad about it. Seacrest, not heard anything bad about Seacrest. Captain's Quarters Resort. Now, a lot of these resorts, you got your Loco Gecko there. So that's kind of a nice little dinner place you can actually have dinner at. You got the Polynesian. Stay away from the Polynesian. It was probably built back in the 1960s, and probably a lot of the amenities haven't been changed since the 60s. South Seas, same thing with the South Seas. Ocean Plaza. Royal Palace, Inn and Suites on the right-hand side. Some of these are, you're looking at 75 to 125 a night probably. Coral Beach is a really nice resort. Never heard really anything bad about Coral Reef or Coral Beach. Then you have the Blue Atlantic. Stay away from. Definitely stay away from the Sea Mist. Sea Mist has changed ownerships probably about 10 times in the last 10 years. Nothing really good to say about that resort. The Beach Club, looks like they're trying here at the Beach Club. Now, a lot of these resorts are from the 60s and 70s, so, or if not later on. So you got to be really careful booking your stay down here. So the Landmark Resort here, Waikiki Village, across the street, really nice. The Landmark has this new water park. It's got a lot of slides in it. It's across the street, but pretty nice resort. Wave Rider here on the north or the west side of Ocean Boulevard. Then you have the Palace. Gazebo Inn. Like I said, I'm trying to tell you as much as I can here about the beach, but it's kind of hard to keep up with it. What's going on down here? What resorts to stay at? What resorts? A Hampton Inn. You're pretty safe staying at a Hampton Inn, right on the ocean. The Virginian on the right-hand side. The Viking. A lot of open spaces here. A lot more rooms on the beach than what there used to be. I mean, they're adding rooms every year to the beach. Some of them are going to be inland. Some of them aren't. Summer Wind looks like it's closed down, so that won't be getting torn down here. So, selling out to some bigger resort, bigger and better, which is good. I would say they need to change out these resorts just because of the ocean breeze and ocean damage, water damage to them. They probably need to change these out about every 20 years unless they do a big renovation to them. The Grand Atlantic here, that's probably built in the early 2000s. Grand Beach Resort, I don't remember that one. Haven't heard anything bad about it. Paradise Oceanfront Resort. Then you have your Sandcastle South here, your Indigo Hotel. And then probably one of your bigger resorts now, Compass Cove. Now what that was, Compass Cove just bought up the surrounding resorts, gave them pretty much all the same paint job kind of in between them. But this was probably built in the 1990s. Never heard anything bad about it. Got a lot of pools. I mean, they've got a lot of pools. Now you have your Holiday Sands South. Regency Towers, not heard anything about them ever. Nothing bad. Probably pretty safe staying there. The Vancouver, it's pretty small, but probably looks like they've tried to keep up with it. Then you got your Residence Inn. Jonathan Harbor. Sun and Sand Resort. Don't know too much about Sun and Sand. Ocean Blue. Tropical Seas. Then you have your Crown Reef, which used to be the crown of Myrtle Beach. Now, I've not heard too much about it lately, but it's actually a really big resort. I do know they've got a really big water slide area. It's really nice. Really nice pools. Really big resort. See, then you have your South Beach Resort here. You have a little pool back here. You used to be able to buy membership to that. You got Damon's. Then your newest resort, which is actually part of the Holiday Inn Vacation Club. Now, we showed you a little bit of that resort about a month ago. Now, Springmaid Pier is right here. So I'm actually going to stop and try to get a little look and see what's going on here at the Ella. Now they changing all this out here. So I'm really interested in what all is going to take place here. Now, these resorts here were redone about 15 years ago. They went through and redid these. Now I think they're actually got them under a renovation again. Now we went as far south as we can go in Myrtle Beach. This is Nash Street, another popular surfing area, public beach access. The county owns this. Well, I saved the best for last. Right here, we're at the Hilton down here. They called the Ella. It's a Tapestry Resort. New. Just did a video on this about a month ago, and I cannot believe how good this pool looks. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. We'll see you on the flip side. Stay frosty. This is the Ella right here behind me. It's the farthest south that you can get in Myrtle Beach, other than the DoubleTree right here beside of us. But what a beautiful job they done with this pool.